Hi guys, hope you're well. I'll tell you, I've tried so many different outfits. No, is it outfits or maybe hair? And this is the best I could come with until I decided to use a scarf. I'm actually just recovering, and I don't know, I'll try not to cry. And so hope you're well. How have you been? I never really still understood asking someone, hope you're really well, hope you're well, until last week again. And I just really want to thank God. There is this quote that came to my heart a moment ago that actually made me summon up the courage to wanting to do this. I really hope I'm loud enough because I'm unable to shout properly. And the quote is right here. It says, "I have taken you through fire and through water, but now I take you to the place of abundance." And that's God speaking to me. And I've been home after I've been discharged from the hospital, and I just feel the urge to want to open up my heart to speak out because I'm a bit traumatized, and I sort of like found some sort of solace being vulnerable to you guys. I'm sure it's something that sounds crazy, like how can you be vulnerable to like people who don't even know you? But yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. So on the 16th precisely of August, I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I felt a sudden pain on my very left lower abdomen. I was in severe pain. The pain was so much that it's twice the number of getting to 8 centimeter when you're in labor dilating. And I couldn't just understand what exactly the problem was because I was on my period and it was the 4th day. And normally my period would normally last just 3 days. First day is a very heavy flow. Other 2 days are like very light flows. And a part of me felt, okay, this probably is maybe having cramps, which is unusual because my cramps are for the 1st day, and I can't understand why I'm having cramps on the 4th day. But after like 3 seconds that the pain kicked in, I understood that this definitely isn't cramp. I tiptoed to the bathroom. I tried to pee. To pee almost took me like 20 minutes. I was experiencing like very, very heavy pain even when trying to pee. And I tried to say to myself that, hey, let me just take a walk. Maybe probably I don't know why I would have thought that I had muscle pull in my lower abdomen. Like, let me take a walk. And as I was taking the walk, the pain was a lot. I came back to my room. I tried to lay down on my tummy, and the pain just kept on increasing. Like, when you get to the hospital and they ask you at the scale of 10, what will you rate your pain? At that moment, I'll rate the pain at the rate of 11/10. That's me trying to explain the extent to which this pain was. I tried to take hot water And the moment I took off water, it was as though, you know, when you try to put salt on a worm, you know, that was exactly how I felt. I dropped the water and we decided to call 999. 999 then asked us to immediately come to an hospital that was about 10 minutes drive from my house, if I'm correct. 10 or 15 minutes drive from my house. And we got into the car. The pain was crazy. The pain was crazy. The pain was crazy. And while we're inside the car, I don't know what happened. We don't know where this person came from. All we knew was that we were bashed. And as we were bashed, the guy who hit us, I got into an accident. Here is the picture of the car. We got into an accident, and the person who was driving said he was coming from a night shift and he only just took like 1 second sleep, and that happened to us. And while the guy was trying to, you know, drive off to leave the way, because he was at a roundabout and he had crushed us to a pavement, and while we were trying to get out, as he moved, the car is moving with us. As he reverses, he's reversing with us. It was almost like, this is crazy, we can't get out of this, you know. I don't know, when I wind down, and you know, I told the guy, I'm in pain, I'm going to the hospital, can you find a way to divide your car from my car? And the guy was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. He tried to move his car, and you know, even in my pain, I was saying, please, can you, you know, dive to the left, right hand side, try to act like you want to take another turn in. And as soon as he did that, our bumper fell. And at that moment, that was the least of my worries. I just had to, you know, leave, and drove with my bumper down, making a hell of noise as we drove past. Everyone was looking at us, but at that moment the hospital was about 5 minutes away. And I got to the hospital. The doctor said they were going to refer me to another hospital. And at that point, I knew that this is crazy. The doctor, you know, pulled me down, pressed my tummy, asked the sort of pain I was feeling. I was explained to him, and the next thing, he called 999 to come and get me to another hospital, that he has to refer me from that hospital because it is something really serious that can take my life if I'm not referred to that hospital. We got to the hospital. 999 was taking up my vitals. This is me being wheeled inside, you know, the emergency, and the 99. Give me a moment. So when we were inside the emergency that came to, you know, move me from my previous hospital, I overheard the doctor telling, you know, they would like to, like, you know, hand over properly and say what he has observed. And he said what he's observed is an ectopic pregnancy. You know, I looked at him in fear that, what do you mean? And he said, no, it's not ectopic pregnancy. I just think, but hey, you people have the final say when you get to the hospital that she's being transferred to. At that moment, in the emergency, you know, birth, I was beginning to be asked questions. How many kids have you got? Do you still intend to have babies? and this brought me back. This brought me back to so this brought me back to when I had so it brought me back to when I had the cyst removal and one of my ovary and fallopian tube was taken out, and I was experiencing the same pain on that part that those organs were taken out, right? So at the hospital, as I was being taken, as Nana was taking me to the hospital, and the devil crept into my mind. The devil said to me that, the last time you came out, you came out for testimonies, you did Thanksgiving, and you said that God had made you whole, and you said that when he healed you completely, and you are here. I heard that voice, and immediately I started to sing. I started to sing from this clip that you'll be watching. I was humming a particular song, and I was saying to God that you are too faithful to fail me. You are too faithful to disappoint me. You've proven yourself in my life, and I've come to realize you are too faithful to fail me. So immediately I sang this song, and I said to God, and I said to the devil, like, God is too faithful to fail me, and I'm going to hold on, to this promise. It was at that moment that I realized that I've not even called my husband. I've not said anything to my husband. Am I going to carry this cross alone? Because I really didn't want to bother my husband, because all I wanted to do was go to the hospital. They would have given me medications or something and say to me that, oh, maybe I had a running stomach or something. So it was at that point when I realized that I was being I just wanted to speak to God first before I called my husband, and I tossed my phone. I tried to send him a message, and I saw this. My husband had woken up 1 a.m. in the morning, had a dream that I was sick and I was hospitalized. So he had sent me a message. He had documented. This is what we do. We document our dreams immediately so that we don't forget it as soon as we, wake up from that dream. So he had documented it. I had a screenshot of it, and he sent it to me at 1 a.m. But I didn't see it because I woke up in crisis. So when I saw that, I immediately said, wow, how can he have a dream at 1 a.m. and I woke up at 6 a.m. and the dream is manifesting? Like, this is not a coincidence. And I called him, and he said yes, that as soon as he had that dream, he prayed. And I told him, look, this is what is going on. And he said, okay, I prayed. I know that God is with you. Nothing is going to happen to you. Let me know as soon as you get to the hospital, because he wanted to hold the line while I was being driven to the hospital. But as much as I talked, I was having more immense pain. So when we got to the hospital, I was wheeled down. They quickly did a check scan to be sure that I didn't have any bleeding inside of me. When that was ascertained, they said they had to wait for a gynecology. And you know, when I heard gynecology again, I just said to myself that God, I'm going to continue to hold forth on your word that ogun tó ti ṣẹ́ kò ní gbérí mọ́. I'm sorry, that means the battle that God has won, you know, would not come back as a lost battle. So I'm coming. Oh my God, I'll try not to cry again. So I waited for the gynae. That took about maybe 20 minutes. The gynae came, they, you know, took me to maybe the second floor where I would do some scan. And trust me, I'm crying because they were just giving me flashbacks of what I went through when I was almost diagnosed to you know, have cancer. If you've not caught up on that video, please watch other videos to see when how I escaped cancer. And you know, as soon as the gynae came, they dipped you know, an AI robot into my vagina. They tried to check what is going on, and they were watching the camera, and the nurse said, I saw something but I can't see it again. You know, she told me, oh, she's sorry, she has to go in again. She went in again, she said she can't see it. Then another nurse who was beside her said, oh, let me try. They went in again, and she said she couldn't see anything. And you know, when they kept telling me they can't see anything, and I said, I'm still feeling pain. I can't understand why you can't see anything. Then they're like, okay, they need to call a senior doctor. And a very old woman came in, relaxed my, you know, legs such that she was able to, you know, dip in, you know, very, very well. Then she said, I see a corner, which means she can see a tube, and there is something inside the tube that is decayed and is about to burst. And she said it's suggestive of ectopic pregnancy. Immediately they wheeled me to the room. They made a bed for me, and a very older and the nurse told me, the old nurse there told me that I'm not sure if we can do this today, but your condition is very critical because we have other, you know, surgeries that we want to do at the theater. I don't know if we are able to do it here. If we are not able to do it here, we'll look for a closer hospital that will transfer you to, where they will have much space to attend to you immediately. You know, at that point, I was still in denial. I won't lie to you guys. I kept saying, no, this can't be true. This is not happening to me. God, no, I'm not. I said, I'm not going into a surgery. This is not me. This is not happening to me. I was just at a night ago or 2 nights ago, I was just at a barbecue party. Sorry, excuse me, I had fun. I was enjoying myself. This is not happening to me. Then while they took me to a room, another gynae then came in, and the gynae looked at my paper, my file, I mean, and he looked at it and he said to me, I think they had printed out the picture in 3D of what the older nurse saw, and he took it up, which is what you see right here, right now. And he said, no way, this is going to burst any moment right now. I need to go and stand in line at the theater for her. I need the surgery to be done immediately. And as soon as that doctor said it, the doctor looked frightened. He immediately dashed out even before I could ask any question. He left a nurse by my side, and the next thing I saw the nurse doing was tagging me, tagging my hands, tagging my legs, you know. Then, you know, making some drips in my hand, bombarding me with painkillers. And I asked her a question. I'm like, what exactly is going on? That this tube that you guys, this left, you know, tube that you people are talking about is been taken out. Is it, can another tube, you know, just grow overnight? That if you're talking about my right, you know, abdomen, I know I still have a tube and an ovary, but here I have nothing. So where exactly? This looks like some sort of exaggeration. Like, I cannot understand. And the lady said, look, there is a tube in there, and you have an ectopic pregnancy that is locked inside that tube that is about to burst. That's all I can explain to you. And if we do not do that surgery any moment from now, because it's gone green and it's twisting and already paining you, you are going to be in a lot of danger that will cost you your life. Then as she just left, I bursted into tears and I started to cry, because I'm like, no way, no way. Then the male senior doctor came back and said to me, who is your next of kin? I said, my husband. And he says, okay, please, can you get him, because we need to read all this contracts to him, and he needs to confirm to us and sign it over the phone. And my husband, I called my husband, I let him know that, babe, this and this and this is what is happening, and this is what they said they would do. And my husband said, look, I didn't just want to tell you, I woke up sick as well. I'm at the hospital at the moment, but that surgery is going to go well. You know, I was still trying to let him know that, no, I'm not doing any surgery, babe, I'm not doing any surgery. He was like, don't worry, babe. He was just put together over the phone, like he's not even with me. And he spoke to the doctor, then he signed it. They said they would pass blood when needed, you know, all the, you know, nitty-gritty that has to come with, you know. They would open me. It's a laparoscopy. They will open me in like 4, 5, 6 places, and if they do not get what they want, they have to do the bikini line opening, and which is what they did here. After which, the doctor came back and said, I've been able to secure a place for you. We need to wheel you in immediately. It was just too much for me. What's going on? Why is it happening so fast? I couldn't even tell anyone. I wasn't going to tell anyone. I was in denial, and this denial traumatized me to the point that I just had to do this. I just had to come here. I want to talk. I want to express and feel empty, which obviously I hope and I wish that this will happen at the end of this video. I'll not lie to you, this video took the whole day. Like I mentioned, I'm just recuperating, and I'm just doing this because I really want to talk. So I went in for the surgery, and it happened that when I had my first surgery, the doctor who had taken out my left ovary and fallopian tube did not cut the entire fallopian tube. There is a bit of fallopian tube that is opened where the pregnancy went into, got stuck in there, wasn't growing, and was almost going to burst, which make the medical reports correct that indeed I had an ectopic pregnancy. For the lack of a better word, I would say I'll hold back my words, but I'll just say that I don't know why the doctor in Nigeria did not take the entire tube out. What I understood after my surgery was that my left fallopian tube and ovary was taken out, and my husband confirmed seeing them. I have no idea why I still have some tube left in my second ovary, but I don't want to blame the doctor because, hey, God used that man to save me for my first ever surgery. Whatever has happened, you know, I leave God to, you know, take care of that. And the doctor told me my womb, you know, is a bit weak, and if I intend to get pregnant in future again, I obviously can, you know, have a normal birth. I can't carry the baby till full term. I need to be monitored, and while they were wheeling me, you know, into the theater, I asked the doctor a question. I'm like, how long am I going to be here for? And he says, oh, just 1 hour, because, you know, we are doing a robot surgery for you. Shouldn't, you know, be that serious. And like I told you, unless I cannot find this tube where this pregnancy is hid into, I might have to open you up. That's when it will take longer. And I came out of surgery room 4 hours after, and the doctor says, you know, it's just crazy because it was close to my womb actually, and they were careful to save my womb. That's why the, you know, surgery took longer than, you know, they imagined. And after the surgery, I didn't wake up early enough, and that while, you know, my cousin was outside, and, you know, my cousins were asking the doctors while they were coming out that, oh, where is my sister, and they says, oh, your sister is still inside, your sister hasn't, you know, woken up ever since we finished the surgery. We can see that as she's sleeping, she's in tears is coming out of her eyes. So let's just pray she wakes up. And my cousin said she almost died. Like, what do you mean, let's hope she wakes up? And they said, yes, that's how people go into coma after surgery. And my cousin confirmed to me that we're 8 people in that theater, and they wheeled out 3 dead bodies. And while they wheeled out dead bodies, she sat outside the park, you know, the theater, my two cousins, Timilei and Nicole, they were asking the doctors, please, who are you wheeling out? And they're like, this is not Emanuela, this is not Emanuela. But at that point that they told them that, oh, let's pray she wakes up, my cousin says she knelt down, said a quiet prayer, and she remembered my children, and she was saying, God, please, do not let my cousin die. Do not let my cousin die. And to tell you what she told me that correlates was, I woke up at that moment. I opened my eye. I saw about 6 to 8 doctors shouting and clapping. And when I woke up and I saw the shouting and clapping, they were really happy to see me open my eyes. I didn't understand what was going on. I just looked around and I slept back at it. I think they just brought out something out of me. I think that was that should be the form of respiratory. That was my aiding to breathe. It was like, that thing really hurt. They brought it out and they tried to tap me properly. They ensured that I was stable. They wheeled me out. And after they wheeled me out, my cousins were excited. They called my husband. I could hear the excitement in his voice. And I laid back down at the hospital. I was still I was in pain, but it wasn't as severe. Maybe it would be like 3 to 4/10 at that point. And I just want to thank God. I hope I'm loud enough, really. I really want to give God all the glory. I don't know whatever I've done to deserve another chance. God must really love me. God must really love me. I want to use this moment to publicly thank God for what He did for me in secret. I'm not better than those 3 dead bodies that was wheeled out. I'm not righteous than them. I just thank God for His grace. I thank God that you are not seeing pictures of me flying about saying RIP. I thank God that I'm able to look at my children and still plan, life with them. Look at my husband and still plan life with them. Look at my mom and still see her happy. Thank you, Jesus, for your mercies endures forever. And I want to thank Timilei. I want to thank Otumba Shonibare. I want to thank Yeye Shonibare. I want to thank Nicole. I want to thank my husband. I want to thank my friends. Oyinda, thank you. She came all the way from Milton Keynes when she was told. Lamide, Kemi, Dami. I want to thank you girls. For Lake. I just want to really thank you people for, Aisha, Dr. Balogun, Mr. Balogun. I just really want to thank you people for holding my hands in all of this. Showing up for me, coming with gifts, coming with words of encouragement, kind words, prayers. I want to thank my mom and my sisters. I'm
happy for family. I'm thankful for friends. I'm thankful for sisterhood, Diola. God bless you guys. I'm recovering right now, so this exactly is why I have been missing in action. I want you to thank God for me, and I want you to pray that I know that God is, He has the finances, the only doctor. I'm not going by what the doctors have said. Of course, I'm going to take it easy. Of course, I'm going to tread softly. But I didn't plan for that baby. I told God I don't want any baby anymore. I have a boy, I have a girl. Honestly, it's an hermaphrodite that I need. I'm lost for word right now, guys. Yes. This video took a lot of me, but I honestly feel better, saying all of this out, because it's just been something that is been inside of me, and I just want to pick out the testimonies that God had, what God had done for me inside all of these mysteries. And that's why, when you remember, before I started this video, I said I made mention of a quote, and I said, God can put you in a situation, but be rest assured that He will not leave you alone. That's why when that thing happened, the only song that came to my mind was, you are too faithful to fail me. You are too faithful to disappoint me. You've proven yourself, like God has got track record in my life to come and fail me at this moment. And you said it in your word. You said that you will be with those who diligently serve you. I serve God with all my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, my time. And I know that it is not the will of God that this is the end of the road for me. We all have our hands, but I was assured, and I could affirm at that time that these are not His promises to me just yet. So the first testimony is that Yeye Shonibare came to come and spend time with me. She's my mom, my auntie, my guardian, family like no other. She was supposed to even come a week before, but she had some delivery she had to take, so she left that day, and she said she was going to come back. Like, it's not coincidence that she came the night that I had that crisis, because tell you what, I sleep alone in my room, my cousin sleeps alone in her room, my kids sleep alone in their room. I usually would lock my door, and that crisis I had that morning, if I didn't have someone pass the bed, sleep in the same bed with me, I don't know what would have happened. And trust you, if she wasn't around, I wouldn't have gone to the hospital, because I am that person that before I go to the hospital, something really must have happened. Always that, no, let me still take painkiller, let me see how it goes. And I would have taken painkillers, I would have stayed back, and it would have bursted, and only God knows what would have happened to me. And the second miracle that God did for me is, to what end did we have that accident? That thing would have delayed if that accident was more than that, because I needed to be at that hospital according to the doctor. If how is it possible that I go into the hospital that same day and I get to do my surgery 2 hours after I got to the hospital? They got to cancel so many people that were being on the waiting list for me who just came in today. That accident would have been more because that guy slept off and came to hit us. But look at what God did in that place. He followed through. He said, "You are my child. I will not let you go." My husband had a dream at 1 a.m. that his wife was going to take ill and be hospitalized. God had appeared to my husband to let him know that these are the plans of the devil. Wake up and pray. Do you know if he was going to burst at that time? If my husband had not woken up from that sleep to pray? God would never put you in a situation that you will not be thankful when you look back. I got to the hospital. 2 doctors had attended to me and they had told me they can't help me. They will look for space in another hospital because they are scheduled, surgeries for patients. And this man came from nowhere and said he was going to go and stand in theater for me because they need to do it now. They are going to look for a patient that they will drop and pick me up. I don't know him. He's not black, he's white. He took interest in my case. He walked that walk for me. Along the line, one man came to meet me. Have you been attended to? If you've not been attended to, this place, this is what they do. Let me go and put your file on the top of other files, which didn't happen. But God kept sending angels to me. Why is it not me that was wheeled out of the theater? Among 8 people that was wheeled in, 3 people did not make it. Why was I part of the 6 that made it? Who am I that you are mindful of me? A 1 hour operation turned out to be 4 hours. I didn't wake up after it. It took me another 2 hours for me to be resuscitated. God, who am I? I just want to give God all the glory. I want to give God all the honor. I want to give him all the adoration. I want to let him know that this life that I have, I dedicate it to him. I would never look back. I would never stop serving him. I would never ever stop calling his name, because I would have been a sacrificial lamb. But God said, the gate of hell will not prevail against you, Emanuela. For your name is God is with us. I am with you. I thank God. I thank my family. I thank my friends. Devil, you have lost the battle yet again. I don't know what I have done that you have decided to look at me and say that I am a lamb to be sacrificed. But Mercy said no. Mercy said he's not going to let me go. He's not going to see. Mercy said life and death can stand place in place. Darkness might try to take my breath away, but mercy of God said no. And to this end, I want you to know that God is real. I want you to know that God will come through for you at your darkest time. It will raise people for you. It will raise angels for you. Just continue to hold fast. Just continue to pray. So that even the days that you cannot pray, all your prayer deposits will work for you. Thank you, Jesus. The one whom we have saved have come to say thank you. But I forgot to say my outro. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I know that this video must have been an emotional roller coaster for a few of us. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. I honestly think you should share this to somebody, pass the phone to somebody who is about to lose faith, lose hope, lose trust in God. Let them know that He's the God of 11th hour and He will show up for you when you least expect. Thank you. My name is Ella. I love you. Bye.